Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Tuesday, April 13th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Here is a look at the daily time frame of the ES. A couple things you'll notice. Number one, we've been in a very steady uptrend. This uptrend looks very similar to a melt-up phase. We've had average 10-day range, or average range on a 10-day basis has dropped significantly. So if we drop this down to a 1 like this, you'll notice here again, this is what average 10-day range used to be, and this is what it currently is. So right now it's currently 32 points, and that is on a 10-day basis from yesterday's closing value. Over here it was about 92 points, and look how much it has dropped. And during this up move, it has done a lot of the dropping as well. And so we're in a very sideways to up type of melt up phase. Again, if we were to see some significant pullback, something like this, for example, back toward 4K or as deep as 4K, that could provide another buying opportunity for a continuation higher. You'd really have to break back below 39.76 to 4K in order to kind of break this uptrending phase right now, but we may be coming to the end of a near-term push to the upside. If we see some sort of rejection, a bookend rejection to this one up here, that may suggest maybe a pullback, but as of right now, everything continues to be sideways to up. This is the first time the ES has rejected the previous session's low, which has led to an almost bullish outside day. But we could see further range-bound action here until proven otherwise. Look to fade the edges with an upward bias. Here is a look at the NQ. Now the NQ has seen a couple of failed new lows this entire way here. Let's see, this has already been fulfilled. This one right here was a failed new low and it jumped. This one was a failed new low and pushed higher and eventually broke to the upside. But today could be a pretty significant trend day if it can continue to hold above 13,850. What we have here is that type of ascending pattern, and we're now starting to break out. That breakout could persist, and we could then push through 13.9 and attempt to push way through that zone. Maybe reach 14K today. So there is a big potential here. The last time we saw a pattern like this was right here. So you had that big move up, and then you had this day, a couple of days. You had the same thing here. The result of this was this day, right there. So this is the type of day we could see today, where this thing could continue to trend higher and push toward not only 13.9 but perhaps 14K. So that could be a good target here to watch out for if price can continue to hold above 13,850. So more upside up ahead, but once we get to 13.9, 14K, that's about the time we rotated back down off those highs before. Watch for signs of rejection up here, which could open up a broader pullback, one that could take us as deep as 13.3 on a near-term basis. All right, let's take a look at crude oil. Right now, crude oil is up 1% today, but continues to remain within the compression. Not only the short-term compression, but also this 3+ week trading range as well. It's at the center of that range. We've talked about over the last several days that any bounce off 59 could open up a return to 62, but it hasn't really wanted to get going to the upside just yet. Right now it is above 60. 60 is a key level to watch on a short-term basis, on an intraday basis. If price can remain above 60, we likely have the next 1.5 to 2 points could be to the upside, perhaps over not only today but perhaps the course of the next couple of days, but it could certainly get going to the upside. But right now this one has been one that has been really uninterested in directional movement. It's been mostly flat and compressing with lower highs and higher lows for the most part. Really, even though this one's above 60, it probably needs to start pushing through 61s in order to really get going to the upside. That's about the spot where it rejected yesterday and a bit before. All right, let's take a look here lastly at gold futures. For gold futures, you'll notice one thing right now. We're getting our higher low. So this was a higher low that developed here, which has changed the trend a bit. You see the downtrend that began from the beginning of the year. This is a lower value relationship, but on the first trading day took it bid here and blasted off to the upside. We mentioned if we can get through 1750, it opens up the potential to see a higher low and then go. So right now we are seeing a very good higher low right now. It's early in the day, but the rejection really started with price below the previous session's low last night and early this morning, and from there a rejection occurred back to where we currently are. So this one, if it continues to remain above 1735, 1730 even, that could be enough to get this thing going to the upside. But it appears as though we may see further strength here today to at least 1745 up above. And that type of higher low right here really helps to suck in some late sellers and then use that fuel in order to push through this next resistance above, which is 1765. If you can start getting back above 1765, it opens up that 1875 level up above, and that could be the next move over the next 3, 4, or even 6 weeks out. So it depends on how fast it wants to get there. So this is a very, very good first step right now. We got to see if it can continue to hold and follow through thereafter. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, and I'll see you in the trading room. Take care.